We have several cities in Tanzania which accommodate the coastal belt. But in general, if you take both the cities and rural area, we have almost a coastline of 1,424 kilometers. But also we have the EEZ, Economic Exclusive Zone, which is about 223,000 kilometers square. But also the territorial water, it accommodates about 64,000 kilometers. This particular area, when I'm talking about the EEZ and the territorial water, to us very potential for fishery business, and in that case they do accommodate various investment opportunity. For instance, we are relying on fishing, processing, issues to do with ecotourism, ornamental fishing, malculture, cod fishing, and aquaculture are taking part within this particular area. But also there are also some other infrastructure like the fishing labs and so forth. This particular area actually is prone and is affected by climate change. You can see that the climate change has made this particular area to be disturbed in terms of the ecological systems, whereby we realize a lot of impacts which are caused by the climate change. Through climate change, we have realized the sea level rise, and through sea level rise, we experience intensive coastal erosion, but also we have experienced change in sediment budget, rising of water table, saline intrusion. There are some areas which were used formerly for agriculture. Due to stagnation problem, we realize now we cannot really invest or practice agriculture, particularly in area in Zanzibar, but also in some other parts of Dar es Salaam and other emerging cities around the coastal belt. But also we have damaged the coastal structure and the loss of coastal ecosystem. These are the critical damage which we really experience right now as far as the impact of climate change in Tanzania are concerned. This picture depicts what we will experience. You can see now the coastal erosion claims number of infrastructure, including even the settlement parts, being now washed or taken by the water coming from the sea. This is the situation again. You can see the coastal erosion picture in Dar es Salaam. We have done some investment to address some of the problem. Like now, we have managed to come up with a few projects to build the sea wall. And some areas we have been able also to put some gabions, at least to address the problem which we confront, the sea erosion problems. So this, the picture taken from Tanga, but also we have managed to do the same in Dar es Salaam region. Some of other adaptation measures which we are taking in order to build the community resilience to climate impacts in the coastal area, that includes the issue of community participation in planting the mangrove tree, but also raising importance of mangrove in adaptation. These are the green kind of measures which we are taking to take apart from those infrastructure measures. But also we have been trying to define and to build the capacity of the community to conserve the mangrove forest. So we are working together with local government to some extent to make them being able to manage the situation. This includes community infrastructure upgrading programs. The local governments themselves are being engaged in infrastructure development, but also there is the issue of property formalization to make sure that we formalize so that we can be able to ensure some of the property owned by the community in those areas. And that's again include issues to do with infrastructure and asset-based adaptation. Despite of what those were measures which we have adopted, but still we see that we have some shortfall which jeopardize the capacity of the government and other stakeholders to address the problem of climate impacts around the coast area in Tanzania. One, we are still looking for the light model, which will be able to conduct what we call the vulnerability assessment to the oil cost. That is a very critical aspect which we think if we could be able to adopt that particular assessment model, it will help us to be able. And I'm very happy today we have seen that through this intervention, we are likely to find the right solution as we go forward to address the technical part as far as the impact of climate change and coastal risk which we do experience in the country. But again, we see that there is a need for promotion of area-based management tools and integrated coastal management areas like ICSM and the Marine Spatial Plan. My country is yet to come up with a particular marine spatial plan which can be useful when it comes to allocate various socio-economic use of the marine resources. So in that case, we realize that there is a lot of degradation being caused by the social and economic activities along the coast due to absence of the marine spatial plan. Once we have that, it means it will be easy now to allocate the marine resource per suitable use, and that will actually be one of the adaptations, but again, it will be the most and efficient practice as we go forward to address climate change impacts around the coast. But also we are talking about absence of data systems for monitoring and early warning system. We think if we could have an appropriate and a comprehensive data system which can capture essential information to do with early warning, that will be very useful. We are working with the Tanzania Meteorological Authority, the TMA, to make sure that they do provide specific information related to weather conditions and occurrence across the coast, but still the problem we have is to get kind of customized information for particular local unit in that area. But the last and not least is an issue of monitoring and error warning system. We really need to have an appropriate monitoring and error warning system which will allow us to track and to monitor the occurrence, but also to recommend appropriate response as we address our problem. With that short presentation, let me say thank you for your listening and welcome.